To a meaningful Yom Kippur. Yom Kippur is what was called in Hasidic mystical literature Achas B'Shana, the single day of the year. Everything begins at a point. Before there was any space, before there was any time, before there was multiplicity, there was one. And that one, from pure unconditional love, the best example I think we can understand of God's love to us is, would you like to have a child? Yes. Why? Everybody gives interesting reasons. Continue my legacy, to teach. And nobody fails to say this is correct when I tell them the real reason is because you love them. Love is the cause of existence. And love is what existence is all about. But in order for there to be true love, there has to be existence. You can't love someone that doesn't exist. So for there to be existence, there has to be concealment, retraction of self. Love is an interesting emotion because ultimately love is about unity. It's not about overwhelming. It's not about consuming. It's not about eating. Rather, it's about the other person has their freedom of expression and space, and I have my freedom of expression and space, and together we are friends, we are lovers, we are beloved, we love each other, we respect and cherish each other. And that relationship causes a dynamic of both distance and closeness. If you're always distant, you'll never have love. If you're ever always close, you are basically in the other person's face. It is that dynamic, that ebb and flow of love, that is true love and that is real love. And that's why existence contains concealment. God conceals himself. For us to be revealed, for us to exist, he has to be concealed. But the ultimate goal is not that we should just develop big egos and delusions of grandeur. The ultimate goal is for us to seek the purpose of existence and for God to say hello. Like he said to Abraham, I am the creator that you are looking for. And then to continuously, in the ebb and flow, in the pulse, in the breath of life, to allow deeper inspirations and insights to come to us. And that's what Yom Kippur is. It's the ultimate day of the revelation of the one to the one. It's a revelation of your own soul to yourself. It's the experience of your true self. And 5 days a year, the Satan, the darkness, can't get into our heads. And therefore, on Yom Kippur is one of those days that you get clarity. So this Yom Kippur, when you're fasting and praying for the hostages to be redeemed, for sanity to come back to humanity, all these insane ideologies, calling a girl a boy. I mean, every part of your DNA decides whether you're a girl or a boy in utero. These are things that you can't even make up. Never before in human history has there been a group of people that have bought into stupider ideas. It's actually shameful. I've always been so proud to be an American. But before the coming of the Mashiach, it says that truth, good and evil, will become clarified. And we see that just being an American or just being anything doesn't matter. What matters is, to what extent are you integrating God? To what extent are you integrating truth? It says in Kabbalah, before the coming of the Mashiach, we'll have to use the wisdom in our inner heart to remain sane. So this Yom Kippur, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to be one with myself. I'm going to try to hear my own soul speaking. I'm going to try to understand my own truth. I'm going to try to integrate that, because I know that after Yom Kippur, as soon as I turn on the phone, I'll be inundated with insanity. And I may fall back into that. You know, a friend of mine, he recently left Tzfat, had to go visit his kids for a while. He said, I went to the land of the lies. And you know what happens after a while? You become part of it. And I'm so happy to be back. So living in Tzfat, this great, beautiful, mystical town, is almost like living in a little island of truth where everybody's on their personal growth agenda and journey, and they're not seeking validation from false, many wealthy people here. But as a friend of mine said, people come here to be anonymous. People are not here to show off their wealth. Nobody comes to Tzfat. In fact, you can't even park your car here. So the point is, you're here because your soul called you. And the most important message that we have to basically integrate is to be able to hear Shema Yisrael, hear Israel, listen. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. The voice of God as your personal God is one. That's that original one. That one is coming and inspiring you. And he's going to always be with you. And so, to the extent possible, please God, may God help us to be able to be one with the one, that the one should be the one. And through that, we will have true oneness in the world. And really, each and every one of us that really tries hard, because it says, if you try hard to do the right thing, God helps you. We will succeed, and we make a cosmic difference, because it's like a little switch. You switch on a light, it makes the whole room bright. Each and every one of us that can switch into the light, it's not only about you, it's about the universe. It's about all of space, all of time, and all of souls, including the source, the one itself, that needs, in a way, us to be integrated for him to be integrated as well. A relationship takes two. So, with God's help, this Yom Kippur, we will be celebrating in the Holy Temple, the Holy of Holies, where the Kohen Gadol gets to go. And as the Rebbe says, on Yom Kippur, we'll all be able to go there. And we'll have a world that is one with its own soul, one with each other. Thank you for listening. God bless you.